Hey, it's Eric here. 1968 Chevy step side C10. I love this thing. Every once in a while I get to drive by and drive a truck that I can say this thing really doesn't need anything. And today is that day. Usually when you guys hear me do a video, I say, well, it just needs a seatbelts or a radio. But this one actually has seatbelts and a radio. So I'm actually even going to put my seatbelt on. She fires right up at the touch of the key. You saw all those idiot lights come on too, have you noticed there? One thing I think is actually super cool is this headliner in here. It's got 4 speakers in it. It's got an older CD player, which would easily be. Actually, the stereo sounds really good. The other thing that's really nice too is I don't really like these kind of switches, but these could be, swapped out pretty easily. But somebody did take the time to put the heater up to a new switch, turn the fan off, which is really nice, and it almost really feels like air in here when you put this thing on. And then it says fog lights. All right, so I lied. If I was going to change something, I'm not a fan of B&M shifters. And Mr. Gasket makes a shifter that looks like a manual transmission shifter on the floor, and it's actually an automatic. When you glance in, it looks like a manual. Speedometer is working. That looks like at least that left side indicator is not working. Got aftermarket gauges underneath. So power steering, this truck drives awesome. That's what I was saying. I was excited about driving this truck because that's me doing my finger test. I say this is how straight it drives. It's my finger in the air. In fact, I'm gonna go hang out with the guys later on, and I think I might throw a dealer tag on this and take it with me. So the brakes were just serviced, and I think they may need to be bled one more time. I've driven it a couple times, pulling a little bit to the left, and I'm going to see if I can get back up to the shop and just do a quick little bleed on it. I don't think it's anything major because the guy that I bought it from is somebody that I trust and I've bought many trucks from in the past. He does good mechanical work, and they had just serviced these. So just like these old vehicles, you can do whatever repair you're doing on them. I tell people all the time, drive it a couple of 100 miles and then go back and torque everything or readjust. So beautiful sounding engine. Perfect, not too loud, but got that nice V8 rumble. Beautiful truck, very straight lines. I didn't see any rust underneath it, and then it's got a couple of little bubbles on the body here and there. But I'll tell you what, this is for sure a 10-footer, because when I first pulled up on this truck when we got it, this paint is so shiny. I was blown away. Let's see if I can open it with one hand. Oh yeah, no. Beautiful, clean under the hood. One of the things that's actually really cool about it is it's got washer fluid, which I don't even think, I'm not sure if these came with washer fluid or not back in the 68. But the guy who owned this and was fixing it up or driving it for a while, he had this on there, and I believe it still works. You turn the wipers on. Let's see what we did there. And then this is your, well, it's acting like it's working. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but somebody thought that was a good idea. We'll come back to the interior in just a second. Let's finish up under the hood. I just thought that was really cool, and I think it actually does work. I never messed around with it enough to figure out. I was mostly concerned about running and driving down the road in this thing. So really, really clean. Like I said earlier, pulls just a touch to the left when you brake, and I think it really just needs to be adjusted one more time or potentially bled, but maybe not even bled, just adjusted. The hood looks like it's in great shape. Firewalls, rust free. Inner fender wells are rust free. Nice clean engine detail. It's got a Holley carburetor with matching valve covers. They're a little older. And of course I can't do a video without saying that I would improve anything, because I almost always will tinker with these. So that being said, I'd probably replace these older Holley valve covers with something newer to my liking. It does have power steering and manual brakes. Another thing I tell people all the time, one of the most affordable upgrades you can do to any of these old cars or trucks is put a power booster on your manual brakes. You don't have to do a disc brake conversion to have good, solid, hard stopping power brakes on these old cars. We have tons of them, and I'm a young guy. I discovered that talking to some old timers who were schooling me on you know, the right things and the wrong things to waste money on these old cars. And I've had lots of guys tell me you don't need to do a whole disc brake conversion. You can, but you don't need to, when you can, for about 350 bucks, put a power booster on your original system, make a couple of very minor adjustments, and have power steering. Body is super straight. All the lights work. A little bit of where it was, maybe the paint might have gotten buffed through there. This is not a perfect paint job, but I'm going to say this is a 10-footer driver quality. Really nice looking paint job. There's a couple of little bubbles at the bottom of the door here. A little spot there that's not even rust. That's just rock chips. A little chip there. It is a truck. Little paint chip right there. Other than that, body's aero straight. And I'll tell you this, if you are looking for something perfect and you're saying, hey, I want something that drives great, and you're the body guy and the paint guy, this truck needs, I'm going to say, no body work, or almost no body work. I'm blown away by how straight the body is. So a couple of little spots there on the driver's side door, pretty common. So that would be the only couple of little spots of body work there on the bed. There's a little bit of rust right here. And it's funny, when I was buying this truck, a guy sent me pictures, and I said, send me pictures of the rust. And when he did, I thought it looked almost terrible. I always think terrible, terrible. And I got to picking up the truck. This truck around is what I'm showing. It looks pretty good. A little crusty like normal, but overall it's really solid drip rail. Anyways, walked around the truck and said, man, it's way nicer actually than I was expecting it to be. So that's always nice. One little tiny spot there. Little chip there from the rocks on the road. I think you could go around this truck affordably if you wanted to fix any those paint imperfections. Take it to the body shop and say, could you just go around and fix everything without having, I don't think you'd have to do a whole paint job on the truck. I think you could just touch it up here and there. Personally, I wouldn't do any of that. This truck is ready to drive just like it is. Door panels look great inside. Dash, radio works. The little fan is awesome. Carpet looks brand new. Seat covers new. Beautiful. And what I love about this too is it's tweed, that houndstooth tweed, so it doesn't get hot. My wife loves this. She hates the vinyl. It gets so hot. More speakers back here. Gas tank looks nice. And man, if this was my truck, I'd spend a little bit of money at the hi-fi shop and put a nicer, you know, I mean, it's got all the speakers. I'd upgrade. It's time to upgrade that stereo. Maybe put a little small subwoofer under the seat. That's just the way I dream about stuff. But it's really nice inside, really straight. I mean, the glove box looks so nice. Windows roll up and down smoothly. Spot of rust here. Did not actually catch that earlier. I said no rust earlier underneath. So other than that though, I don't see any. That's a super common spot, and actually they sell that on lmctruck.com. They sell this replacement part right here, and it's about $40, and then of course it's welding it in. But that being said, for that inner to be rusted, and then the exterior cab corner is original and it's in incredible condition. So even for that one spot right there, the rest of this truck is amazing. Beautiful, beautiful undercarriage. Looks like it's got new springs. Tires look brand new. chrome bumper on the front looks new, and the chrome on the bumper on the rear is looking a little bit weathered. I'll show you that in a second. There's a new brake lines. Yeah, so just a little bit weathered on the back here. And actually a good polishing would brighten it up a lot. It's actually got a brand new tailgate. Had a little bit of rust in the tailgate, so the gentleman replaced it. Wooden bed. I kept on thinking of what college team would make the best logo to put on the side of this truck. I always disable my comments because for the 99% of us who are nice, there's always one asshole out there who wants to run up a bunch of jerk comments. So that being said, I was saying that because I know when I say, I wonder what college logo to put on the side of this, that my comments would be blowing up with all kinds of people with red and black. So really, really sharp here. This one spot here does have rust on the front. The rest of it looks really good. And it does look like it's been bed linered underneath to protect it. A lot of guys do that. I feel like there's pros and cons to that. Overall, it's actually, I think, a good thing because it does protect the underneath. I think sometimes you can miss something because, you know, it gets all covered up. But overall, I think it's a good thing. New brake lines on the front, I can see there. Bushings look good. Cab mounts look great. This front bumper looks about the same as the rear. If it was polished, it'd really brighten up. There's no dents or dings in it. So there you have it. This is a 68 shortbed step side that is really ready to go. A few little things you could tinker with. I can always go on and on with, you know, wheels or lowering or raising something or whatever. But the beautiful thing about this is, especially for the price point, I think a wonderful truck that you could just run in, jump in it, drive it wherever you want, tinker with the little things along the way. Make a great summer truck. PeachTreeClassicCars.com. Give us a call. We look forward to hearing from you.